Despite the times, despite the world, the summer had still come again, another season come again. But Bill had not taken the train again, the train to Euston Station, London. Bill had not taken a cab again, the cab to Wembley Stadium. And so Bill had not gone down the corridors again, the Wembley corridors again. Bill had not stood before the dressing room door again, the Liverpool dressing room door again. And Bill had not taken his seat in the stands at Wembley Stadium. Bill had stayed at home, in his Liverpool home, in his front room, in his armchair. Bill listened to the 1979 FA Charity Shield match between Liverpool Football Club and Arsenal Football Club on the radio, in his armchair, in his front room, in his home, his Liverpool home, on his own, all on his own. Bill listened to Terry McDermott score for Liverpool Football Club. Bill listened to Kenny Dalglish score for Liverpool Football Club, and Bill listened to Terry McDermott score again for Liverpool Football Club, and then Bill heard Alan Sunderland score for Arsenal Football Club, and Bill got up from his armchair in his front room. Bill got to his feet, Bill walked over to the radio, Bill switched off the radio, and Bill heard the telephone ringing in the hall. Bill picked up the telephone, and Bill listened as a journalist introduced himself to Bill and apologised for bothering and disturbing Bill. And then the journalist asked Bill for his thoughts on the match he had just listened to, his thoughts on the season to come. And in the hall, on the telephone, Bill breathed out and Bill said, "Well, we must get a wee bit of sanity back. That is the first thing, the most important thing of all, because there is madness. Madness in the world, madness in the game, madness in some of these fees that are being paid. It seems that suddenly everything has got out of hand, money-wise, transfer-wise, and the players themselves haven't helped. I mean, I was all in favour of freedom of contract. Don't misunderstand me, don't get me wrong. The clubs have things too much their own way, but now that freedom is being abused. They want freedom for themselves alone. I mean, everyone is out for themselves, every man out for himself. I mean, I bought players like Keegan, Clements and Lloyd for the kind of money that today players are getting for their slice of a fee, their signing on fee, their own bloody fee. Now that to me is madness. That can't be right, it must be wrong. And some managers, they don't seem to mind what they pay, but the working man, he should be sick about it. He pays his money too, more and more, and it's his money, they're throwing it about. But in the end, I think the whole business will find its own level. It has to come to its senses, and maybe it'll happen this season. That is what I would like to see, the first thing, the most important thing of all, a wee bit of sanity coming back into the game, into the world. Talking of this season, Bill, this season to come, asked the journalist, who do you think will win the league, Bill? In the hallway, on the telephone, Bill smiled, and Bill said, "Don't look further than Liverpool. Back the class horse. I mean, you'll only lose your money back in your triers, your Aston Villa, your West Bromwich. I mean, it's a one-horse race. Not like in my day, not these days. I mean, in my day, in those days, you'd look at the Manchester teams, you'd look at Everton, you'd look at Derby, and you'd say, we've got something on our hands here. And above all, you'd look at Leeds, about this time of year, just before the season started, and you'd think about the likes of Hunter, Bremner, Giles and Lorimer, and you'd think about the manager, that fella who's in the desert now, and you think, what's he up to? What's he planning for us? And you think about the confrontations to come, how they would go, what would happen. But not anymore, not these days. There's no point, not anymore, not now. Now there's only Forest. They're a very talented side, a well-managed side, and perhaps Ipswich Town, again, they're a good side, a well-managed side, and I think they possibly should have won more things than they have. They should have won the league by now. But that's all there is now these days, just Forest and Ipswich. And I mean, that's the reason I did not go down for the match today, for the Charity Shield today, because I could have gone. Oh yes, I could have gone. But there's no point going all the way to find out something you already know now, is there? No point. Not if you already know, no point at all. But you still listen to the match on the radio, said the journalist. So who would you say was Liverpool's best player today, Bill? Bill breathed in. Bill tightened his grip on the telephone, and Bill said, Liverpool. Liverpool was the best player, and Liverpool Football Club is always the best player, because Liverpool does not have individual players like other teams. I mean, look at the Arsenal. Take the Arsenal today, for example. Good side, capable side, but they depend on Liam Brady. They depend on one single man, one individual player. Liverpool Football Club depend on no single man, no individual player. Liverpool Football Club depend on every man. Liverpool Football Club depend on each other. And when you people doing that properly, when they are the right men, well trained, well prepared, then it cannot be beaten. And so Arsenal couldn't beat them, not if they played them for the next 10 bloody years. Because Liverpool Football Club depend on each other. It's collective. Everyone working for each other. It's a kind of socialism, pure socialism. Everyone doing what they can for the rest. And Bill put down the telephone. In the hall, Bill heard a clock ticking, in the house ticking, and Bill felt old, 2,000 years old, the clock ticking, so very old, so tired, ticking, so very tired and so strained, the clock ticking, so very strained, his heart strained, ticking and whispering, was a different time, a different world, a world with no place for some men left behind. In a different time, a different world, men like him, men like Bill, his heart strained, his heart breaking, left behind with no place. In a different world, a different time, the clock always already ticking in the house, in the hall, ticking, and now a ball bouncing on the ground in the drive, feet walking up the drive, hands knocking on the door, little feet and little hands, and Bill opened the door and Bill said, "Hello boys, how are you lads? Did you listen to the match then?" "Yeah Bill, yeah," said the boys with their red cheeks, their red shirts, their red ball in their little hands. "It was great Bill, it was magic, and now we're going to play it Bill, so will you come out to play? Will you come out and be the referee for us Bill?" Bill looked at the boys on his doorstep in his driveway with their red cheeks, their red shirts and the red ball, and Bill frowned and Bill said, "Aye, go on then, I'll come out to play, but I'll not be the referee, no way. If I'm coming out to play, then I want to play." "But then who will you be?" said the boys. "If you come out to play, then who will you be Bill? Which player will you be?" Bill laughed, his heart beating and healed again, and Bill said, "Liverpool of course, I'll be Liverpool boys." "What do you mean?" asked the boys with their red cheeks, their red shirts, their wide eyes and their open mouths. "What do you mean? You can't be everyone Bill, you've got to pick a player, you've got to be someone Bill, you can't be every man, now can you?" Bill shook his head and Bill smiled again and Bill said, "That's the thing boys, that's just the thing. When you play for Liverpool, you play as every man boys, because when you play for Liverpool Football Club, you play for every man. You are not someone, you are everyone boys, every man. That's the thing that is different about Liverpool Football Club, different from every other football club in the land, in the world boys. When you play for Liverpool Football Club, you play for everyone. You play for every man boys, so you are every man. And then you're every player boys, that's you, every man. And so I'm going to be Liverpool boys, I'm going to be Liverpool. Now what about you boys, who are you all going to be?" "Liverpool," shouted the boys, all the boys with the red cheeks, all the boys with the red shirts and the red ball up in the air now. "We're going to be Liverpool too Bill, Liverpool."